Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me? Can all of you see my screen? Yes, ma'am. Okay. As a starter, I'm going to sing a song for you, and you have the words before you. You can see the words. Let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. The first three notes just happen to be Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Come, I'll make it easier. Listen. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to go. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a tea with lemon. Sorry, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do, oh, oh, oh. Do, a deer, a female deer. Dre, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to go. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do, so, do. Did all of you listen to the song? What was the song about? Okay, let me help you. This song was about the basic notes of Western music. Can you give me the... Yes, ma'am, I have stopped. No, ma'am, I have stopped the screen sharing because I wanted to see. Yes, it is the basic notes of the Western music. So, can you give me the basic notes of Indian music? It starts with Sa. Wonderful, Gomati ma'am. Thank you. So, all of us enjoy music, isn't it? Thank you. How do we listen to music? Yes, wonderful. We clap our hands, we tap our feet, we start dancing, we play our headsets and then listen. So, today I am going to show you a slide. Can you see the slide? Okay. I have put forth a slide with some idiomatic expressions. On to your left, you have 6 pictures and on to your right, you have the idioms. I want you to match your idiom. Those of you who know the answer, you can just unmute yourself and then give me the answer. What happened? Yes? Ma'am, could you see the screen? Oh, sorry, sir. Wait, I'll present it again. Can all of you see the screen? Yes. There are pictures onto your left and there are idioms onto your right. Turn a deaf ear. Wonderful, Sumati ma'am. It is the second one. Turn a deaf ear, meaning you ignore the request. Now all of us are married here and we always, women, complain that our husbands do not listen to our requests. You ignore all requests. Wonderful, ma'am. Next one, can anyone try? Fabulous, sir. The third one is music to the ear. It means you are yes. Fourth one is grin. Grin from ear to ear. Marvelous, ma'am. Sixth one is lend an ear. The fifth one. Kumati ma'am, could you please check? The fifth one is lend an ear. Yes. The sixth one is keep an ear to the ground. Okay. That leaves us with the first one. The first one is all ears. So, I will give you the explanation or the meaning for all these idiomatic expressions. The first picture stands for all ears, which means you are very attentive. The second one, Sumati ma'am has given the correct answer. It is falling on deaf ears, which means you ignore requests. The third one is music to the ear, which means you are you have listened to some delightful information. You got very good news. The fourth one is grin from ear to ear. You're very happy. The fifth one, lend your ear. Lend an ear meaning you are requesting your friend to please listen to you because you want to share something. Keep an ear on the ground. The sixth one, keep an ear on the ground means that you are waiting for new information. You're keeping tabs like what is happening. We always check the news to know what is happening, what will be happening in future. So today we would be doing listening because we talked about the ears. We tend to listen with our ears. So now I'm going to give you an activity. All of you, I'm going to say some words. You have to give me the spelling of those words. There are 5 words only. The first person or the person who gets all the 5 words right will get a star. Shall we start? Okay, the first word is encyclopedia. Come on, who will answer? No, ma'am, I want you to spell it. Spell the word. Fantastic, ma'am. You did a great job. Now, Sumati ma'am has answered. All of you get ready. The second word is judiciary. Yes, Sumati ma'am and Kumati ma'am, both of you have done a wonderful job. The third word is dictionary. Okay, now there is a close competition between Sumati ma'am and Kumati ma'am. I'm going to give you your fourth word. The fourth word is hippopotamonstrosequidpedophilia. Yes, it is the second longest word. Shall I repeat? It is hippopotamonstrosequidpedophobia. So, yes. Do you know that an Indian origin boy who was born in India, he went to America and then he won the first place for the spell bee contest, and this was one of the words he answered correctly, and the answer that bought him his first place was, shall I give it? It's pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiasis. I repeat again, pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiasis. So what do we learn now? We learned that we have to listen and we try to spell the words. Okay, I'm going to present or play a video for you. I'm going to give you clear instructions. Please listen. I will play a video. It is a very short video. I will be asking questions from that video. All of you just put on your headsets, and when I play the video, listen to it carefully. Did you see the video? What was the video about? Yes, it is. Yes, that's what happens when we do not pronounce the words correctly, and then we tend to assume. This happens in most of our contexts and situations. When we go to class, when we try to convey something, the students listen to it and then they understand on their own. Name the two characters in the story with different names that was misunderstood. Wonderful, wonderful. The two people, the Chinese people who were misunderstood was you and me. This is actually an extract from the movie Rush Hour 3 by Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Okay, now getting back again, I'm going to describe. I want you to listen. I'll be asking you questions. Can you see this? Okay. This is an unicorn. It has 4 legs and a tail. It is a mythological creature. It has wings too. It can fly. It has a horn. The unique feature of unicorn is that it has a horn and 2 wings. People believed in ancient days that when a unicorn has a horn, it has magical properties and it can cure you. Did all of you listen to it? I'm going to ask you questions now. What was the name of the animal? Wonderful. Very good. What does it have? It has a horn and 2 wings. Wonderful, Sivaranjini ma'am and Sumati ma'am. How many legs does it have? Yes, you should always answer in complete sentences. It has 4 legs. Fabulous. What was so special about the unicorn? Yes, it is a mythological creature and it can fly. There was something about the horns. Yes, it's got magical properties which can cure diseases. Wonderful. Story. Do you love stories? Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. Listen carefully. I'll be asking questions at the end of the story. Once upon a time, there lived in a village a small girl named Priya. She was studying in third standard. She loved gardening. She picked up this hobby of gardening when she accompanied her grandfather into the fields and groves. She wanted to have her own garden. So she got a small piece of land in her own garden, in her own father's garden, and then she planted small saplings. They were colorful roses, jasmines, hibiscuses, and dahlias on to the left, and vegetables like beans, chilies, gourds, and tomatoes on to the right. The garden was colorful and vibrant. There were lots of butterflies. Do you see this butterfly? I made this butterfly specially for you. I'll teach you origami later on. You can also prepare your own butterfly. There were lots of butterflies. One fine day, when she was there in the garden, she was enjoying the beauty of the garden. She saw a small cocoon in one of the plants. She went closer and then she was observing it, and then she found that the cocoon was cracking open and a small butterfly was trying to come out. She was very eager. She was curious to know what is happening. She was just observing the cocoon for a long time. The butterfly was struggling in the cocoon. Slowly it was trying to come out. Hours and hours passed by. It was growing dark in the evening. Still the butterfly did not come out. Priya was worried. She wanted to help the butterfly. She wanted to see the butterfly fly. So she went home, got a pair of scissors and cut the cocoon open. She cut the cocoon open. You know what happened? There was no butterfly. There was a small, swollen, shriveled caterpillar in it. She's a small girl. She did not know the metamorphosis of a butterfly. She did not understand that the fluids in the body of the caterpillar only helped the butterfly spread its wings out. The fluids there gave its colors. She did not understand. She realized, if I had left the butterfly alone, I would have got a new, vibrant, colorful butterfly. But I tried to help it out and then I lost a butterfly. Yes, we should also understand that we must face our own challenges and we should transform into a butterfly. Okay, let me ask you a question now. There will be few questions. I want all of you to volunteer. What was the name of the girl? Yes, Shivranjani ma'am, can you answer in complete sentence? The name of the girl? Wonderful. Which class was she studying? Wonderful again. Superb job, ma'am. She was studying in third standard. What did she like? What was her hobby? Yes. Fantastic, ma'am. What do you learn from the story? Yes, we have to face our own challenges. We have to leave nature as it is. When we try to intervene, it actually brings a downfall. We should face our own challenges and come up in life. So, I am presenting a tongue twister. I will be posting this tongue twister. Can you see it on the screen? Yes. Yes, I will be posting this in the WhatsApp group. This will be our homework. I want all of you to practice this. When we come back tomorrow, we will learn how to do this and we will learn speaking skill. Okay then, bye-bye. Have a good day. Did you see the video? What was the video about? Yes, it is. Yes, that's what happens when we do not pronounce the words correctly, and then we tend to assume. This happens in most of our contexts and situations. When we go to class, when we try to convey something, the students listen to it and then they understand on their own. Name the two characters in the story with different names that was misunderstood. Wonderful, wonderful. The two people, the Chinese people who were misunderstood was me, you and me. This is actually an extract from the movie Rush Hour 3 by Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Okay, now getting back again, I'm going to describe. I want you to listen. I'll be asking you questions. Can you see this? Okay. This is an unicorn. It has 4 legs and a tail. It is a mythological creature. It has wings too. It can fly. It has a horn. The unique feature of unicorn is that it has a horn and 2 wings. People believed in ancient days that when a unicorn has a horn, it has magical properties and it can cure you. Did all of you listen to it? I'm going to ask you questions now. What was the name of the animal? Wonderful. Very good. What does it have? It has a horn and 2 wings. Wonderful, Sivaranjini ma'am and Sumati ma'am. How many legs does it have? Yes, you should always answer in complete sentences. It has 4 legs. Fabulous. What was so special about the unicorn? Yes, it is a mythological creature and it can fly. There was something about the horns. Yes, it's got magical properties which can cure diseases. Wonderful.